I remember everything. You might think that that would be an amazing skill to have, and if it applied generally, you'd be right, but it's specific. It applies only to social interactions. Every moment, every word, every insult, every place, every eye movement, every body position, every smile, every hurt emotion exchanged. These are the things that are laser engraved onto my retinas. I exist in these moments all the time, even right now. I miss everyone who was ever once a part of my life. It hurts because I know these moments will never come again and I can never share them with anyone. No matter how hard I try to reach out and reconnect, once they're gone, I can never reach them. People meet, they make memories, and then they leave. That's what happens in life. Only a very few seem to find lifelong partners, and I'm not one of them. When somebody wants to hang out, my introversion makes it difficult to accept. When we're together, I often stay silent, absorbing and enjoying each moment of companionship because I know how it will end. This might come across as ignorance, but it's by definition the complete opposite: cherishment. I replay those moments over and over in my mind. Some memories are happy ones, but soon after, happiness is replaced with sadness. If the memory was good, it's gone. If it was bad, it's because I did something wrong. I analyse each one meticulously to extract what went wrong. Very often I can pinpoint the exact moment the conversation pivoted towards negativity. Loneliness and derision has taught me that nothing ever changes for me. Things never get better, and the only thing I can control is how I feel. Perhaps it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy, but if that's true, then why do I choose to be optimistic? Why do I bring optimism into every new encounter? Someday somebody will be able to understand my attempts at communication, surely. They will see me for how I wish to be, if not for how I am. Here is a typical encounter from my perspective. I know that eventually you'll get exhausted talking to me. I'm exhausted too. For all these hours I've been trying to read you, trying to read each movement you make and each thing you say, trying to make eye contact and to move my body to mirror yours. It's endless, and if I'm doing it right, quite invisible. Eventually you'll realise there's a disconnect between what you say and what you receive back. It's frustrating you. You'll try your best not to show it, but it's there in your intonation. I've become an expert in noticing these things because I've learned that if you ignore it, you'll probably get a slap, punched, kick, or be ignored. I've become trained like Pavlov's dog to other people's reactions. But I've made myself big and strong to the point where not only can I take it, but people are afraid to hurt me now. You might make a mistake and misremember what you said earlier. If I correct you, I'll know that I'll receive your ire, but I do it anyway, because I would want to be corrected if I was wrong about a fact. You might tell me a story that you've already told before. I choose to overlook this, because I know that telling the story makes you happy, and that I've learned that my happiness is secondary to everybody else's needs. I tell you something factual, something I've learned. Explaining things makes me happy, but your eyes tell me I haven't said anything to create emotional resonance. I've long since stopped trying to tell jokes. I must cover up my disappointment by asking you to explain something you mentioned earlier. This makes you feel listened to, pleases you, and ensures the conversation continues. I'll keep pressing you until your discomfort forces you to explicitly state that you are leaving. Despite my best attempts, I've completely failed to read you and anticipate your needs. I know I failed, but what did I do wrong? It's always a mystery. You walk away feeling unsure, and though you don't admit to yourself that you had a bad time, you know that you will make a conscious attempt to avoid repeating it. But I enjoyed our time together very much. For me, this is as good as it gets. It's all a script, and I've become very good at it. As an analogy, it's like trying to brute force hack a password by trying one letter at a time. Eventually it'll work. I've thought a lot about whether this approach is malevolent or manipulative, but I think I'm just trying to communicate with people. Surely that's honourable. People take it for granted so easily that everyone else thinks like they do. I have a mantra from Stanley Milgram's obedience experiment, which I kept above my monitor to read every day. Please continue. The experiment requires that you continue. It is absolutely essential that you continue. You have no other choice. You must go on. Somebody gave up on me, but the next time will be different. I'm not giving up. Here we go again.